All right, everybody, welcome back. Got my main man Richie joining me tonight on the Andre Duke Show. Rich, how we doing, man?
Hey, we're doing good, Duke. How's everything going your way?
Oh, same old, same old. Just
Yeah.
another January day, but nothing too crazy. Outside of the transfer portal heating up and everything to do with that, but um real quick, just a little bit ago, Isaac Wilson, Zach Wilson's little brother, hopping in the old portal, going to Colorado. Any thoughts on that? Should you hide your mom, hide your wives, or what?
Hey, man, those I heard those ladies out there in Colorado, they're pretty wild. I
Oh
would
yeah.
say so. Keep them, arm's length. Don't let them wander off because you got the Mormon MILF hunter's little brother running amok in Colorado.
So he's gonna be up in Boulder. Just so we kick it off the top, everybody, if you're new here, do us the biggest favor, hit that like and subscribe button. Second part of the show after Rich hops off because he's got some obligations, we will open the phone lines for everybody. So there is that. Rich, I guess we'll start this podcast off. Happy Valley, Iowa State, 19 kids transferring out. Thoughts on that? Uh,
That's like
or well,
that's a
13 or
lot.
19 kids transferring from Iowa State to Happy Valley. Sorry about that.
That's a big number, Duke. You think
Yeah,
about
that
that's almost both sides of the ball. I mean, position wise, I don't. Let me see how many. Um,
it
how many kids?
I mean the big ones are Rocco Beck, the tight end or receiver. They got ton of kids transferring in from Iowa State. I think that's fascinating to say the least. That Matt Campbell completely ravaging the Iowa State
Yeah,
roster. It might work out for him.
you got a tight end, you got a safety, interior defensive lineman, a linebacker. I mean,
Yeah,
those are they got two linebackers. I think two linebackers. A quarterback, Alex Mansky. He's going to Creepy Valley.
yeah,
So there's a
it's a
it's a mass exodus.
yeah from Iowa State to Penn State. I hope it works out for him. I hope he achieves everything he wants to, but at the end of the day, the Big 12 ain't the Big 10. So we'll see how well
No.
that works out for Matt Campbell. I think he's going to have issues going forward just for the simple fact of James Franklin has a ton of Pennsylvania connections, to say the least. He was there, what, 12 years? Was that how long Franklin was there?
I think he was, yeah, 12 years. That sounds about right.
12 to
Was it
13 years?
14 or 13?
I think
13
it
to get
was,
hired.
yeah, 13 or 14, but I mean, he was over there 10 plus years. So there is that. Also, in other transfer portal news, Mylan Graham, Quincy Porter, James Peoples, all exiting the Buckeyes program. Any thoughts, Rich?
I don't know. I know the fringe, they're not too happy. And they're in Ohio State, they're not adding too many guys in the portal. Mylan Graham, I mean, Bryson Rogers, he left.
Aaron
Mylan Graham, I
Scott.
was really Aaron Scott, Bryce West. A lot of those guys were top recruits in their recruiting class. A lot of 4 or 5 stars. I was surprised. Well, first I was shocked to see Bryce West go and Aaron Scott. I was looking forward to those guys come next season to get some playing time because that defensive backfield was so loaded the last 2 3 years at Ohio State. And it would have been great to see them see what they could do when it was their shot.
Right.
So
I whenever I look at it, I'm just like, it's tough. It's a tough market out there right now because guys are trying.
How many kids are we up to now, dude? We gotta be up to, like, 4,500. Last time I checked, it was up to 4,000.
The last round number I heard, don't quote me on this, I think there's 9,000 total between FBS and FCS. That's what the fellas at MPW Digital were talking about. I believe you can field um 34 Division 1 teams out of the portal right now.
Wow, that's
So
wild.
so
And
the
I mean, and it's going to show you, like I've been saying, you and I have been both been saying, the transfer portal is leveling out the landscape of college football. You're
oh,
starting to get parity now, just like it is in the NFL.
yeah, you're getting parity, you're getting a ton of things. You're getting guys breaking contracts. I'm just
Yeah.
waiting on which university is going to be the absolute bad guy or collective. Not put university in there that's going to hold a kid's feet to the fire, that's going to say, you are either going to pay this money back or the institution that you transferred to is going to pay the money back that we have paid you. But also, when it comes down to it, there's a lot of things that factor into it. But at the end of the day, it's almost like coaches leaving via free agency. Like when Lane Kiffin went to LSU, I know we're talking Lane stuff again, but when Lane went to LSU, do you think Lane sprung for that money out of his pocket? I bet LSU paid those liquid damages. About bet you on that one.
Yeah,
So,
that would sound about right to me.
so that's just like,
'Cause I wouldn't see Lane paying that back. He's too cocky of an ego to do that.
yeah. So I'm sure that was all negotiated in and all of that finite details. So I think that if you want to try to get the kids to pay the liquid damages back, I think the collective that tampered with them gets them in the portal. I think that kid will say, well, I signed this, and hands them a copy of it, and they're going to read it and say, well, this don't hold up here. So the hell with Washington or the hell with whatever university you want to put in there,
Mhm.
Ohio State or anybody like that. They're just going to say, well, technically, it's not a legal contract. And I'm sure that in recruiting, it would go over like a lead balloon that you would say, well, when you sign this ironclad contract, you're locked into us for 3 years. Kids aren't going to sign that. I'm just
No.
I'm just telling you, they're not going to sign that with immediate eligibility out there. They're not going to do that. Why would you? If you're a kid that signs at, let's just say JMU, you ball out, and then Ohio State comes a calling and says, we're going to give you $3 million. Why would you sign something that's going to force your hand into staying somewhere that you realistically don't want to be?
Right, right.
Not that I'm
Where you Go ahead.
I'm just I'm just solely looking at it through the player's lens, but I think at the end of the day, it comes down to, you have to figure out what you're doing in recruiting. If you get a kid that wants to be there for the long term, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. But at the end of the day, there's major programs that have kids that are going to get called upon to say, hey, jump in the portal, we'll pay you double of what they're paying. And you have front loading, you have the whole rev share thing, and it's just a big old murky water situation, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, like, why limit yourself to where an opportunity where you could, if your ultimate goal is to get to the next level after college, you know, they're gonna the scouts from all the franchises in the NFL, they're going to be looking like, hey, this kid's out of Ohio, out of Notre Dame, Ohio State, LSU. They're not really looking. I mean, I'm not trying to knock on the Power Five or a group of five schools, but they're more keen to look at the guys or power group of a power five. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Power 5 schools are
the
always
blue ball.
going.
Yeah, the Power Five school. Yeah,
Well, I mean, I hate to, call a point of order there, but Joe Flacco went to Delaware.
Delaware Blue Hens.
Steve McNair, Alcorn State, Doug Williams, Grambling. Some of those guys, they can
Yeah,
break
they
through.
can. Yeah, and they can break through, and those are the hidden gems that the scouts and the GMs find. And and the other thing too, on the flip side of that, why not stick it out at JMU? You could you could put JMU on the map. Like, hey, this kid got drafted out of JMU. He was a stud there. Now he's a first round talent. Like, why wouldn't you try to make your name for yourself there and for the school?
Well, not that I'm trying to poke holes in your theory, but at the end of the day, JMU is technically now a stepping stone job. JMU, Purdue, some of the other schools that are on the lower end Power 5 or Sun Belt, they're all stepping stone jobs. So if you can't ask a coach to stay there and build something great, then why would you ask a kid to stay there and try to build something great? That's just my
Well, the coaches, they've earned that right. They've gone through the grind and the um through the coaching industry. They're grown. I mean, yeah. Now we're talking about the college kids, but I know somebody else from a different podcast. He views it the same way. They've proven themselves as a coach.
right. And kind of at the end of the day, nobody ever faults the big time university for um coming in and offering the kid big money. They always put it on the kid that says, "Oh, you left XYZ to go over there." But nobody ever talks about the institution that comes in, whether it's, I'm just throwing names out there, whether it's Wake Forest, Notre Dame, Ohio State, or Miami. When Will Howard left Kansas State, everybody was kind of like, well, he was kind of so, blah, 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 blah,
Hmm.
blah. Goes to Ohio State, wins a national championship. But at the end of the day, I think that if you're going to blame the kid for taking the bag, also hold the university that offered the bag accountable as well. And then when it doesn't work out, I think you have a different conversation at that point. That's that's kind of where I stand on it. Um,
Hmm.
I think that both parties are equal. You have the whole recruiting thing, you have the tampering portal, you have the agent angle of it's just kind of a mess.
Yeah.
Um, like I said the other night, whenever you weren't on, um, pretty much Ole Miss got every pretty much key player to re-up with Ole Miss. Trinidad Chambliss pending the
Key,
waiver.
Keywan
Keywan
Stacy, Lacey.
Lacey breeze up. I think that's
I
I
think
think
that's a
that's
telling sign. That's a telling sign with Ole Miss.
and one of the things that I wanted to point out is, did Lane Kiffin make promises to the LSU people to say that I'm going to guarantee you this person, that person, this person, and we're having
He
major
he didn't
issues
deliver.
right now because we can't guarantee those kids come to LSU slash uh LSU from Ole Miss. So I think Lane Kiffin's stuck in a rock and a hard place at the moment.
Yeah, put the catch-22 on his end, you know?
Oh yeah, and
You know,
then
we don't know. I mean, if he said, like, he said he can deliver, it ain't looking that way.
well, let me.
Not yet, at least. I mean, who knows? You mean
Well, I mean it. Some people say these contracts aren't binding. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. I'm trying to find something that I was looking for. Let me see that one, and um, this one. Restore that because I wanted to get your opinion on these two things. Also, 16 minutes in. Appreciate everybody watching. If you're new here, hit that like and subscribe button. That helps us grow the platform. We are trying to get to the 500 subscribers mark. And then also, after Rich jumps off, it's going to be a call-in show. So hang in there with us, and we'll get to hear from the fans and everybody in the crowd. So there is that. But also, Rich, something that I went over last night was the percentage of starters by recruits versus percentage of starters by transfers. And this is all the folks in the college football playoff. I don't know if you got to check it, but Georgia, 90% recruits, 10% starters. Ohio State, 72% starters by recruits, 28% transfer portal. Those are the teams at the top echelon. But when you get towards the bottom, Ole Miss, 33% starters by recruits, 66.3% starters by transfer. Indiana, 34.6% starters by recruits, 65% by transfer. Miami, 46% by starter, 53% transfer. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the transfer portal kind of seems like it's reigning supreme with the more you have the portal cycle, it seems like they are busting through.
Yeah.
And the other stat, I believe I put a short out about this. Indiana has beaten 7 teams with 9+ wins or more. They beaten Oregon 13-1, Ohio State 12-2, Alabama 11-4, Old Dominion 10-3. They didn't even play for the Sun Belt Championship. Kennesaw State, CUSA champions, 10-3. Illinois 9-4, Iowa 9-4. So, does Indiana have the best resume going into the college football playoff? Or
I would
left.
I would say they do. I would say.
So that's kind of where.
Oh, and another thing of Indiana, did you hear that there was a big donor to the NIL fund?
Oh yeah, Mark Cuban,
Yeah.
getting involved. But at the end of the day, I think people need to realize that there is major money backing the Hoosiers, big time money backing the
Yeah.
Hoosiers with that roster. But then again, when you look at it, that's kind of what college football is right now. It's all about the haves and have-nots, who's investing, who is not doing it. But Rich, when it comes to the have and have-nots, I have the conference records up for the this past season. The SEC 125-82. They're 4-9 in bowls, but they have 3 college football wins. The Big Ten 135-96, 9-4 in bowls, 3 college football wins. The ACC has or not the ACC, the Big 12, 115-87, 4-4 in bowls, 0 CFP wins. ACC, 119-199, 8-4 in the bowls. Out of the 4 major conferences.
Wow.
Fascinating stuff. And then whenever you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, the American 97-82, 5-4 in bowls. Mount West 77-76, 2-5 in bowls. Although this one kind of shocked me. Sun Belt 88-92, 4-6 in bowls. I thought the Sun Belt would have been better than the Mountain West, but whenever you get into CUSA, the MAC, and the Pac-12, they all have losing records. Nothing really of note there at all, to be honest. So I think there's some things to be said about that. The Big Ten and SEC have CFP victories. I mean, I think that was before the Miami wins. Miami's got 2 CFP wins, but outside of that, in the 12-team playoff era, nobody from the ACC has really done anything of note.
Right.
But on another note, Jackson Arnold heading out there with Dan Mullen to UNLV.
UNLV.
Auburn, or from Auburn, but Oklahoma to Auburn to UNLV. I thought he was checked out at the end of the year. Some people may disagree, but there is that. You think Jackson can restore the draft stock and maybe get it going out there?
He can. At UNLV, they did play in a bowl game this year. They were weren't they 11-win team this year?
They might have been. I think they were like 10-2, but they missed they might have lost in the conference championship game.
Yeah, I think they did. Maybe going out there and hopefully get a little bit of resurgence there with Mullen and Corey Dennis being out there. Dan Mullen's an urban guy. Corey was quarterbacks coach at Ohio State. Maybe they can retool him, get him ready for the next level. Because essentially, is this his last year of eligibility?
No, he's a junior, so he's a
junior. Okay.
Yeah, I believe so. He's gonna have to go to UNLV and ball out, and hopefully he can get back to the Power 5 level to increase the draft stock. But we shall see.
UNLV was a 9. They were 9-4. They lost to Row the Boat, the Golden Gophers, in the what bowl was that? I forget what bowl it was, but was it the Cheez-It Bowl?
No, it wasn't Cheez-It. Cheez-It was Texas, Michigan. Was it the Reliacrest Bowl?
That might have been.
That might have been. I wasn't 100% sure, but it was the whatever bowl, whatever corporate sponsor needed their name out there. So there was kind of that. Also, the Trinidad Chambliss stuff with the waiver. Don't know where you stand on this, but Ross Dillinger tweeted earlier today an interesting wrinkle in the Trinidad Chambliss manner was in mid-December, Lane Kiffin was one of the people that kind of got Tom Mars involved to get Chambliss a waiver. My thing here is that if Kiffin did all that before we knew everything that was going on, before he re-ups with Ole Miss and all of that stuff like that, is it going to be the ultimate nut punch to Lane Kiffin if you get this guy a waiver and he decides to stay at Ole Miss after this playoff run?
Oh,
Penn State Sports Talk says Ole Miss will be bad next year. Ooh-wee. We'll see, but
that kind of tough, dude. That's kind of a tough question.
I mean, it's a
Yeah,
catch-22.
it is a catch-22. I mean, yeah, he went out of his way to get him that waiver, but also look how well he's been playing. Look
Right.
how he played against Georgia the other night. That kid was playing lights out.
Oh, yeah.
So to me, like would he want would he want the extra pressure down in Death Valley?
Right.
Whereas Ole Miss, I mean, I think he should stay put.
I think he should too. Williams is leaving Washington to go to LSU because he's seen our top portal class. Okay. Well, we'll see. Also, on the Penn State side of things, we talked to little Matt Campbell earlier. Here's Penn State's 2026 schedule. They have the Marshall Thundering Herd. They play at Temple, which that's in Philly at the Eagle Stadium. Buffalo comes up to Happy Valley. They got to go to Maryland, to Michigan, at Northwestern, 3 back-to-back road games. There'll probably be a bye week in there. And then you have Minnesota, Purdue, Rutgers, USC, Wisconsin, and then you got to go at the end of the year to Washington. I think that's a very favorable schedule for Matt Campbell, to say the least.
Yeah, I do see Michigan giving them a little bit of trouble.
We're winning the Big Ten next year. Okay. Phone lines will be open after Rich jumps off, so it'll be interesting. Penn State.
11. You think 11-1's the ceiling for Penn State?
I think 10-2.
I think 10-2.
10-2 on the optimistic side of things. If Rocco Beck is what he is advertised as, I think he'll be. I think Rocco Beck.
Is that Anthony Beck's kid?
Yes, he's a head coach in the UFL.
Yeah, he just took the job with the Orlando Storm from coaching in St. Louis for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Rich, we rounded out Caleb Downs going to the NFL. So
I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked with that. People are speculating, "Oh, he's coming back. He's coming." But I'm like, "Nah, man. That kid's ready for the next level."
He's 100%
top 5
ready.
pick. I don't know where he would fit. I've seen some mocks, maybe Cincy.
Yeah, I think anybody who gets him, they're getting a home run. Ryan Day lost his whole defense. Kyle Whittingham too old. I don't know about that. Whittingham, I don't know. We'll see, but I will drop the number soon. We got a couple more topics to get through, but if you're new here, do us the biggest favor, hit that like and subscribe button, and we will drop the phone number, let you call in, and after 14-2 is what this guy is saying, Penn State Sports Talk. We'll have that, and then I'm holding Rich over a little bit, but we wanted to get to some other topics here. Joe Judge, when he was asked about how hectic this week has been, Joe Judge's quote was, "My next door neighbor was Aaron Hernandez. I don't know if it gets more chaotic than that." Very bizarre for Joe Judge's time up there in New England. I think that's interesting to say the least.
Very.
But I guess we'll end it on this, Rich. Before we get you out of here, DJ Lagway takes a visit to Florida State. and then Lagway is in the near future taking a visit to Baylor. Thoughts?
Baylor. Baylor.
Dave Aranda, can they get it going? Big 12. I don't know.
You know, I don't know. He's going to a right. If he goes to Florida State, hey, that's giving the finger to all the Florida people going to the rival. The other
And
thing, where is Rayola going to go? Because he got snubbed from Texas Tech.
yeah, Texas Tech not doing that whole song and dance, but we shall see. I don't know where Rayola ends up. Do you think Rayola does the unprecedented and takes the year off? Because it's going to be a stretch before he's ready for spring ball.
If he takes the year off, he's going to. What does he take? A medical red shirt?
Yeah. I don't know where he ends up, but it should be fascinating. So those are all the myriad.
Vatech, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know, Rich. I don't know. He's got to find a landing spot, so
yeah,
there is that. But I guess we have hit the topics on the ran it to a ground. I guess I'll open the phone lines now. Rich, you got any parting words?
No, we got a game tomorrow night.
Mm.
Who you liking tomorrow night, Duke?
Give me the Rebels. Give me Ole Miss.
Give me Ole Miss too.
Chambliss.
I'm rooting for Trinidad. The way that kid balled out, I can't. That game was incredible against Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pulling for Ole Miss.
Yep. I don't disagree. I think we'll be A-okay, but when it comes down to it, I think that if they can neutralize the pass rushers, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, those two pass rushers, Bain and Mesidor, those guys are freaks on the edge.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing when it comes down to whether Ole Miss can weather the storm and get past it. I think that's the big thing when it comes down to them versus Miami.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think we're in for a whale of a game. I don't think it'll be a blowout on either end by any stretch of the imagination. I just think we're gonna see a hell of a game. To be honest.
Right. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at, but here soon we also have Indiana, Oregon. What are your thoughts on Indiana, Oregon?
I'm rooting for Sig.
Yeah, you got to at that point. I mean,
Indiana's had my attention since last year of what they were doing when Cignetti took over. Even had my attention this season. So I'm hoping for another good game as well, Duke. I don't want a blowout or a wallop of a beating on either side. So after that, we only got one more game left to college football. That's it.
Yep. I think we're both on the Rebel side. We're both on Indiana. And then if it is Indiana, Ole Miss, who you taking?
That's a coin flip. I don't know.
Give me the Hoosiers.
Yeah, give me Sig, man. Give me Sig.
All right. So we'll keep it rolling. Rich is going to join for the third quarter tomorrow, and I think we'll be A-okay. We're going to do a post-game call-in show for all you people out there that want to call in. But with that being said, Rich, you got any final words before we kick you back?
No final words. I'll catch everybody tomorrow night for the game tomorrow.
All right, go Ribs, Rich. We'll talk to you, man.
No rubs. Hotty toddy. Later, everybody.
Later, Rich. All right, that was my boy Richie. Comes in and contributes every now and then, so about twice a week. So there is that. Also, the phone line is open. If you want to call, go ahead and get your call in now. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. So we'll keep that open for a little bit if you guys want to call in. Just looking at some other stuff that is pertaining to the college football playoff games. But if you guys don't want to call in, I guess we'll go ahead and end the show. But the number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. So you'll be live on air. So there is that. Just looking at some other things. Also, there is that. Sorry about that. I kind of forgot what I was talking about, but I guess we'll go over this coordinators list. I'll leave the phone lines open for 10 minutes if anybody wants to call. The number to call is also on the ticker below. The number is 260-255-4069 is the number to call. So there is that. Looking ahead to some of the coordinators, top 10 coordinators, CBS Sports released this, top 10 coordinators in the season of 2026. Excuse me. Jason Beck, the OC at Michigan. Buster Faulkner, offensive coordinator at Florida. Will Muschamp at Texas. Jim Knowles at Tennessee. Charlie Wise Jr. at LSU. Jay Hill, the defensive coordinator at Michigan. Chip Kelly at Northwestern. That's weird to say the least. Kendall Briles at South Carolina. DeAnthony Lynn at Penn State. Got those out of order. Brent Pray at Virginia Tech, which I think that is going to be an underrated hire to say the least. I think Buster Faulkner, if I'm a Florida fan, I would not get overly excited about throwing the football through the air. I think they're going to run the shit out of it. Will Muschamp, we'll have to see if he can help start bring the Natty home. At one point in time, Will Muschamp was a coach in waiting at Texas. Never got there, so there is that. Jim Knowles, ex of Penn State. It did not work out. We'll see how well it pans out at Tennessee with Heupel, the whole complimentary football type of thing. Charlie Wise Jr., I think, should be number one on this list. The immaculate game that he called in the Sugar Bowl with Ole Miss. I think Charlie Wise Jr. has been doing a hell of a job for 2 years. I think it's just for the simple fact that his head coach has been Lane Kiffin. I think Charlie Wise Jr. will probably be a head coach in college football sooner rather than later. So there is that. Also, I'm going to keep it open until a little bit longer. Phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Joe Judge getting a little flack on the old Twitter machine about bringing up Aaron Hernandez, which I'm not shocked that's just kind of what it is. People these days are just inherently soft, so he made an analogy. It is what it is. If you don't like it, I guess piss off, because Joe Judge ain't getting fired from Ole Miss, so he don't give a rat's ass about none of that. So Ole Miss sharing a whole bunch of stuff about what's going on at the Fiesta Bowl out there in Arizona. Got a lot of things moving around, a lot of moving parts. Would not be shocked if John Harbaugh is the new head coach of the Giants in the days upcoming, in my opinion. So there is that. I guess we won't keep people too long since nobody wants to call. Penn State Sports didn't want to call in, so wants to tell me about how great it's going to be under Matt Campbell's first year. So I guess we'll leave it there. Watch party tomorrow, plus call-in show or post-game call-in show tomorrow. So I think we'll be A-okay. And then after these two games, we only have one more after that. So hopefully everybody is emotionally prepared for that. And then it's on to college basketball. So there is that. Phone line is open. I'll leave it open for a little bit longer if you guys want to call. The phone number, 260-255-4069, is the number to call. So I'll leave it open. Just scrolling through, seeing what we have here. A lot of portal news, a lot of guys that I don't think everybody has heard of, or the portal's kind of a mess, but there is that. Phone line is open. Number to call, 260-255-4069. Auburn receiver commits to Missouri. I think it's one thing that I will say, also left this one out. Ty Simpson going to the NFL draft. Don't know where he's going to stack up. If it was me, I would say Ty Simpson will probably be a 4th through 2nd round pick. Somebody will take a flyer on him. We'll see where Ty Simpson ends up. If you guys are trying to call and there's something wrong with the iPad, put it in the chat. So there is that. But for all I know, iPad is up and rolling. So we'll see. Like I said earlier in the program, Isaac Wilson going to Colorado. So there is that. Kind of seems like the phone line is dead. I know everybody's saving it for tomorrow, the post-game call-in show, because, you know, college football is traditionally played on Saturday, and we think it's a good idea to play them on Thursday and Friday. So there is that. But we'll get everybody out of here. 43-minute show. Appreciate everybody. If you can do us the biggest favor, hit that like and subscribe button and help us grow this platform. So with that being said, we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Live watch party plus post-game call-in show. So we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.